Hello everyone, Yensid Organist here, and welcome back to another episode of OrgelCraft. Hope you all are having a good day today. Raise your hand if you know what it is that I am currently holding and why it is significant. No, it's not just a netherite pickaxe. This is the Olympic. I am holding this at the start of the episode because it actually is relevant to what we are going to be talking about today, because we are not going to be spending any extra time working on our park today. We are actually going to go on another exploring session. I do want to clear this out first. Wow, there's a lot of red sand back here. Oh, yay, resource gathering. I was not expecting this to go this far down. My goodness. Well, if we ever need red sand, we will know where to come get it. Do I have torches? I do. Okay, I'm going to place a torch there so that we can just cover that over. But I do want to take all of this down so that we can have it fit in with the hillside a little bit better. So I guess we're spending a little bit of time on this, but we won't be spending too much more. Because now that I have my wings back and an ample supply of rockets, I thought it would be fun to go off exploring in another direction and see what we can find. The other reason that we are having an exploration and talkie episode is because I am headed to Florida in just a couple of days. I actually have the chance to be in Walt Disney World on my birthday this year, so that is something that I'm definitely going to do. I'm going to escape the single-degree Michigan winter with very negative wind chills, and get the slightly warmer weather in Florida. I don't really know that I need to take all of this out. I think we're just going to cover this over. Yeah, because this goes really, really deep, and honestly, I don't overly need this. So what we will do is take some off of up here, and then we'll just cover all of that over. Let's take that. That just fell in the hole, didn't it? Yes, it did. So I was thinking we'll just replace that. And I know there's some underneath, but it's fine. All right. We will finish that project a little bit later. And the rest of this stuff I'm just going to throw in there. And yeah, we'll take this bed with us. All right. So clear that off and let's go. So tell you what, let's fly back home and use that as our jumping off point for our exploration today. So I have two things that I want to talk about, and one thing for which I need your input, as it will help determine the course of some of the things we do over the rest of this season. I really need to come over here and AFK so that I can turn all of these trapdoors into the oxidized copper. All right. So we have explored, if I pull up Mini HUD here, we have explored to the south. I have done a little bit of exploring to the north, and our trial chamber is off to the west. So, I mean, honestly, any direction other than south has not been largely explored. We do have our Yellowstone Park over there. I don't know. Well, how about we just do crazy spin around, whatever direction I'm pointing is the direction we go. East! All right, perfect. So, right back where we came from. Ah, well, it's fine. Alright, and we'll turn Mini HUD off while we're flying, because I don't really need that. And hopefully I'll be able to find my way home. That's right, I have spawn written down, so shouldn't be too difficult. Worst case scenario, I could just throw everything in the ender chest and go from there. So, I said that the Olympic was going to be important for today's episode. And so, if you were not around in Season 2, I set up a list of, I think it was 8 challenges that I had to do in order to get a... Oh, there's a village down here. In order to get a pickaxe that would... Oh, what is this? This is kind of cool. Oh, I like this swamp. That's neat. This is really close. What are we in? Actually, you know what? I think I will leave Mini HUD on because it tells me an orchid swamp. Oh, I like that. I bet that means if I bone meal this, we would get orchids out of it. So that would be cool. Yeah. And then we have... Wow. Oh, my goodness. This is a massive Yellowstone biome. Oh, I'm starting to think we built in the wrong place. Oh, look at that. One of those little castle villages. We found one of these before when we were exploring. I don't think I'm going to stop for that right now. Look at this. This is crazy. Well, I'm not abandoning my project, but I don't know. Maybe our Yellowstone Park is going to be bigger than I originally had anticipated. But yes, so back in Season 2, I had all these challenges to get myself another woodland mansion. How? These are like the rarest structure. How do you find 2 of them randomly within 1,000 blocks of each other? Okay, why did I need these guys? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have opened 2 spaces in the wall. Ow! No! Because I was going to do an evoker to get a Totem of Undying. Did we really want to raid this? Not really. Creeper. Vindicator. 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 Evoker? Creeper! Oh, not good, not good, not good, not good! Well, that was productive. Okay. I really hope there's an ender chest at home. Okay, there's an ender chest here. And back. Hopefully we can grab our stuff without too much trouble. Alright, let's lure them outside, where I can fight them in the open. Easy! There's more of them in there. And a skeleton. Oh, the skeleton is going to be my undoing. Oh, my goodness, there's so many of them! Come on, guys. Let's go. Tell me I only pulled 1. No, not another skeleton! Okay, I need to be able to safely run out this window, which means I need to be not jumping into it. Hey, guys! Guys! Come get me. Can you not get up there? Oh, that's hilarious. How many more? I've got to get my stuff before it all despawns. Okay, I think I got it all. And here comes the party! Who hopefully will all get stuck. They're not stuck! Oh, yes they are! Ha-ha! What's the matter, guys? Also, I'm going to point out, still no evokers. Oh, that's the wrong pick. Okay. Alright, honestly, do not care about raiding this any farther. I am curious about this orange tree over here. Looks like we're headed into a warmer biome. Okay, so, what were we talking about? Ocean. Desert. I don't think I've encountered a desert yet. So, this will be useful for when I need sand. I guess. I mean, I can always get sand from the old world. That's the whole point of the old world. But anyway, yes, so the Olympics. So I had challenges that I could do to get, I think it was an efficiency 8 pickaxe, because I needed something that I could use to insta-mine endstone so that I could remove the main end island to build the Star Destroyer for Season 3. I knew that was a project that was coming up, and the thought of trying to do all of that without Instamine was insane. And so I set up these challenges so that I could have an overpowered pickaxe. And I've continued to use it because, honestly, you know, it was a lot of work to be able to get that. And it's been a very nice resource to have to make my life a little bit easier in this world. You know, I have plenty of things that I use on here for quality of life, and that Olympic is one of them. What I have been wanting for a while now, and which especially became relevant after having to gather shulkers and shulkers of wood for the Maelstrom's Bane, is I want an axe that will allow me to insta-mine wood to make wood gathering just a little bit easier, because it can be a pain when you need to get a lot of it. And so this season I am going to be embarking on what I am calling the 9 Trials of Yensid. So I've done a little bit of research, and with a beacon, it's interesting that there's like a path through here, but there's no village anywhere. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so with a beacon, you need efficiency 9 on an axe to be able to insta-mine wood. And so, just like with Season 2, I am setting out, I'm calling them trials because of the Trials and Trails update. Is that what it was called? I don't know. Oh, Tricky Trials. It was the Tricky Trials update. That's right. So I have come up with 7 of the trials, and so then I need suggestions of 2 more that I can undertake, plus I need some input on a couple of them. So this is what I have so far for my trials, and editing Yensid is going to hate this, but I'm going to put them up on screen so that you can keep track of them. Why do I do this to myself? Anyway, So the first one is to run a trial chamber with the highest level of bad omen possible. I think that will be a fun challenge. Hopefully a fun challenge. So that is the first one. I want to build a breeze farm so that we can get breeze rods and wind charges. Ooh, there's a... Oh, it's just a village. Oh, is this another one of those castle villages? Yes, it is. This will be a good place to lay our head for the night, although I brought my own bed, so it will be fine. Yes, so then in addition to a breeze farm, obviously we are going to need to find a pale forest. I have not updated to that version yet, but I will be updating at some point during this season. I just haven't decided when yet. And so then on top of that, I would like to build a resin farm. Flying directly into the sun. I have to say, so far, I have not been impressed with the biomes that we have found. Although I do like this forest with the red trees. I think this is cool. But I think we have something very similar to this back home over with the Yellowstone Park. So, yes, so the next one is I want to find and excavate a trail ruin. I have never found one in this world. And so I think that would be something cool to discover. We need to actually finish the Nether Hub. And that's going to be an ongoing process. I need to obviously clear things out and... yeah, clear things out and get everything built up, get all the nether portals connected, so that we can get around this world a little bit easier. I'm sticking to doing a non-cheaty nether hub, so I'm not going up onto the nether roof this season, except for, when we visit the old world, because obviously that's the way. I was going to say, is this one massive village? No, it's just two separate villages. Yeah. So then the next two are sort of completion events. I want to find a certain percentage of the Terralith biomes. We're never going to find all of them. I do want to see if there's anything, because I know with regular Minecraft, there's the adventuring time advancement, and that actually keeps track of your biomes. But I am fairly certain, let's land here a second. I am fairly certain, I think it's in here. We have a bunch of things. I just remembered what my 8th one was. I had 7. We've never walked on powdered snow. This is the one that I will never be able to complete. Is it a plane? Apparently it's not here. I don't know why it would be in husbandry, so maybe it's in... Huh. Oh, is it... Have we maybe... Oh, it's because we've completed it, that's why. Yeah, so it does not track the Terralith biomes, which I didn't think it would. So I know there's not an advancement that comes with the pack. If any of you know someplace where I can find something that could track that, that could be very useful. But yeah, so I thought it would be cool to try to, explore and find a a certain percentage of the Terralith biomes. I'm not going for 100%, just because I think there's so many like small variants that it would be very difficult to find. Now this is interesting. What is this? A rocky jungle. That's kind of cool. And then this I think we've seen before. This is what I think is back home. An amethyst forest. Yes, I think we have found one of these before. The 7th challenge on my list is building a certain number of parks. I don't know what to call them. Because I think of, we're doing, our Yellowstone themed park. And I think, well, Yellowstone is a national park. So you have national parks, you have state parks. But what's the generic term for that other than park? But I'd like to build a certain number of those. So I'd be curious to hear your suggestions as to how many parks you think I should build. I thought that was a house under the water. It's just a shipwreck. I kind of have in mind somewhere around 5, but if you'd like to give me a specific number, I will certainly take that into consideration. Maybe we want to do something like on scale. So maybe we have like something with like the Yellowstone project, where, we build a whole bunch of trails and we build like a large structure to go with it, and we call those quote-unquote national parks. And then maybe we do some state parks that are smaller. Maybe we don't do a big build, not as involved with the trails. And so we do a certain number of each of those. So definitely open to suggestions on that. And then the 8th one, it was funny, as I was compiling my list, I'm like, I know I had come up with another one, and I could not remember what it was. It was to get a mace. So, which may involve finding several different trial chambers in order to be able to get that, but I think that would be a fun challenge. So, yeah, so that's the 8 that I have come up with so far, and I think they are a really nice balance, because it involves some exploring, it involves some... This isn't a trail ruin, is it? No, this is one of those little Terralith structures. Yeah, it involves some building, it involves some farming, so I think it is a nice way to do it. So yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on these trials, and then we will get a book made up in the next episode to keep track of all of those and maybe start working on trying to get those done. Yeah, so definitely not impressed with what we have seen so far in exploring today. I don't know that we have found anything new. I don't know. I think we found the hot shrubland before. But yeah. Crossed an ocean, didn't find any floating islands. I would really like to find all 4 seasons of the floating islands. I think we only found 2 when we went exploring before. So, it is definitely nicer to explore from the air, though. So I have to be careful that we don't go too far. Although now that I've died, it might be easier to just go back home that way. This is kind of cool. I know this is just brushland, but I kind of like that it's this little valley. I guess it's not really a valley. But this is definitely a cool area. I would say of everything we've seen thus far today, this has been the coolest. This is kind of nice. I could see doing a park here. You could have something that, kind of works its way down from the cliffs. I know this is no comparison at all, but it's giving me Black Canyon of the Gunnison. vibes, which is a national park out in Colorado. It's definitely an underrated park. I visited there a couple of years ago with my daughter, and it's this very deep canyon that runs through. I forget what the river is. The Gunnison River. It's in the name. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a very deep canyon. It's called the Black Canyon because when you are standing in the bottom of it, it only gets daylight for like direct sunlight for an hour a day. That's how deep and narrow it is. But it's pretty cool. If I think of it, editing Rob. Editing Rob? Wow. Okay. It's late at night and I'm tired. Editing Yensid. Not that you don't know what my name is. It's really not that hard to find out. Yeah. Put some pictures of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison in right here. Okay. All right. Let us continue. But yeah, this is cool. I like this area, so we will definitely keep that in mind for coming back. And it looks like we are hitting an ocean, so oceans are the best place to find the floating islands, so maybe we shall explore this a little bit. As we branch out into my second... Oh my goodness, I cannot talk. My second topic of the day, which is pizza. This has nothing to do with pizza. So, for Christmas, I got Baldur's Gate 3, and it's a genre of game that I have kind of stayed away from in the past. I really am not very good at RPGs, and don't really like them. But I've heard a lot of good things about this game. I've heard that the story is really good, and I wanted to check it out for myself. And I got into it and was very, very quickly reminded of why I don't like RPGs. But I've kind of pushed through the initial stages, and I'm moving through the story pretty slowly, but I'm enjoying it so far. But I keep finding myself very drawn to all of these story-based games and really becoming fixated on them. And, I was thinking about why that is. And why it is that, like, I come back to Minecraft and, there are some days that I just open this up and I don't have any motivation or inspiration to do really anything. I was going to say, which direction are we traveling? We're going to travel north. Let's let this load a little bit. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I realized that I could kind of relate it to pizza. This was kind of an interesting analogy, and I thought you might appreciate it, so I figured I would share it with you. There is Guardian Temple over here. Not that we need it, but yeah. So, growing up, my family always had pepperoni pizza. No one in my family was overly adventurous when it came to their pizza toppings, so it was either pepperoni or cheese, and that was it. And I had occasionally, like at school or church functions, had a chance to try, other types of pizza, but it was usually just a supreme or a veggie, and oh, we found one! We found one! I think it's another fall. It is. This is a fall. This one's a lot... I feel like this one's bigger than the one we found before. Wait, is this another one? It is, but it's... unless it's connected. That would be cool if it's connected. I wonder if these are on a heat map. Let's let it load. But yeah, there's definitely some toppings that I do not like on pizza. And so, I always went with pepperoni. And pepperoni is great. I love pepperoni pizza. It is definitely still my favorite. However, after college, I worked for a pizza place. And suddenly, I got to try any and every topping that I wanted. One of the perks of the job was you got to eat. And so I got to try just about every topping. And let me tell you, oh, there's another one. That's a spring. I think we've also found a spring before. But that's cool that we have all these floating islands. I might abandon the first one to build over here, because maybe we could build something that's kind of connected. My computer is struggling to load all of this. So, yeah. So, you know, having a chance to try other things on pizza, suddenly I did not want pepperoni pizza at all. And I think that's kind of what I'm experiencing in gaming right now is, you know, I have largely played Minecraft for the last 5-6 years. And I love it. It's definitely still one of my favorite games. I don't know that I would call it my favorite game of all time. But it's definitely one of them. You know, but now that I have, you know, a true gaming computer and I have all the ability to play all these games that I've never played before, I want to play all the games that I've never played before. You know, and some of them are conducive to making a series on the channel. Some of them are not. I am not going to be doing a Baldur's Gate Let's Play unless I do, you know, unless I ever decide to do a Yensid After Dark channel, because it is very, I mean, it's rated for, you know, 18 and older. So, you know, there's language, there's anything you'd see in an R-rated movie you're gonna see in this game. Doesn't really fit the family-friendly vibe of my channel. Honestly, there's some things in Sandrock that would push my sense of decency, but honestly, I don't think any of them are anything that would be questionable. But yeah, so, you know, it's just an interesting take on that, and I think, you know, it a little bit explains why, some of why I've been struggling, you know, to want to come back here. And like I said, I do still love this game and enjoy playing it, you know, but having a chance to go out and experience other things is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, when my time is limited, there's only so much time that I can dedicate to gaming, you know, and some days I just don't feel like making videos. So, yeah, definitely getting over the hurdle of not having the early game of Minecraft has really helped things. That's an interesting looking biome. Also, I'm going to grab the coordinates of that. But I don't know that we've seen this before. Ooh, there's a mountain. There are some mountain biomes that we need to find. There's like volcanic mountains. It's a birch taiga. These are rocky mountains. That's kind of cool. I know that there is some terrain in here that goes close to build limit, and we definitely haven't found any of that yet. So, yeah. I like that. That's nice. And so we've got these mountains. Maybe we should explore the mountains a little bit more. Unless they're just right here. They look like they might just be right here. Yep, that appears to be the end of it. And then it looks like we have... Is this... Oh, this looks like it's an observatory. Oh, that's cool. What is this? An ashen savanna. Oh, that's cool. All right, this exploration has gotten a little bit better. So, yeah. But that is really all I have to say for right now. So, I think that unless something jumps up around here... Ooh, there's a... Whatever this is. Mangrove swamp. This will be useful to have the coordinates for. Just because gathering mangrove is such a pain. I was going to say, but if we decide we want frogs, we'll know where to come for them. But yeah, guys, on that note, I think we are going to call it an episode there. Hope you have enjoyed this little bit of exploration, this little bit of time chatting together. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments regarding the trials, and if you've ever experienced similar things to my pizza gaming conundrum, epiphany, I don't know what to call it. Yeah, next week we will be back to normal building. We're going to get started on the lodge, so hope you will join me for that. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you can stay up to date on all my latest posts. Thanks for watching. See you real soon.